Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's Crypto Corner. The time now is almost 9 a.m. GMT. We're doing the webinar on a Monday morning. Unfortunately, we could not have the webinar yesterday due to unforeseen circumstances, but from next week, we should resume to our normal live webinar times. Right, so how is the market going? We've been in a correction on the cryptocurrencies, and we're going to be focusing what to expect in the next coming sessions. Looking very interesting, the setups, however, so we will be looking at that shortly. Before we get started, if you'd like to contact us, you can do so by going under the description of all our videos. You'll find our social media pages as well as the website. Okay, our next course starts on the 5th of April. If you'd like to purchase one, you can go onto the website. You'll get a full recorded course before the live one in April. Let's get started with this week's analysis. So we have been going sideways for a while. We've been waiting for the next leg on the cryptocurrencies, mostly Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ripple, the main ones that we look at here. So let's see how is this going on. Let's do a recap of what we looked at first before the moves played out. So we were looking at this to be a three-wave structure here and a pullback here in 3, and this one to have been a three-wave structure, and for this move to have ended as a WXY structure, and then we would then expect this to continue to the upside for the next leg. Doesn't look like it's going to be that easy, but what looks to be happening here is that we are getting another leg here as follows. It's 5 waves here. We're getting a pullback, so we could be getting this one to do a structure like this. Let's do that structure properly. So if we're getting that pullback to the downside, this is where we are currently. So we're expecting this one to possibly make this pullback and another move to the upside. Can this happen? And we get this structure here again. Same one, WXY here, another WXY there. It's also a possibility. Only then will Bitcoin be done with this structure. For now, the important thing is not to trade within these short market moves internally. Even if I do get a setup for downside on Bitcoin, I will not take it because this is against the trend. The trend is still upside on Bitcoin, and we're looking for the next leg to the upside. So if that is the case and we get something like this on Bitcoin, then this move completes, and then we're gonna then look for another leg higher, possibly to the 70s and the hundreds in the next coming sessions. But we know that the market does not move in a straight line. Where we are right now is this corrective structure, and that corrective structure looks something like this. If we have to simplify it, this will be a W, X, and a Y corrective structure that we look for this to continue to the upside. So we may still be in this corrective structures for a while. So that is the 4 hour on Bitcoin, and then let's have a look. So look for this to break lower here. That's our flag. So a break lower than this here, we're going to be looking for this to retest the low here. Here's another possibility. You can even, instead of reversing here, you can get this structure to do this. It's all the same. It's all the same. Even if you do get this, eventually what you are looking for is for this structure to complete. And when it is complete, then you expect to get a move to the upside. So here's another possibility. It does not change anything structurally. This will still be a WXY corrective structure, and then we'll look for this to continue to the upside. So we may see this one retest the previous lows here. So let's see how that's going to play out. For now, you don't do anything, it is still sideways. Ethereum, similar structure. You'll see it's a similar structure on Ethereum. 3 waves down and 3 waves to the upside. Are we going to get a structure like this? So we're looking at this as 3 down. Why am I saying 3 down here? I'll show you just now. 1, 2, 3 up. 1, 2, 3 down. Now we've got 1, 2, 3 up, and now we're looking for another possible 3 down before we get a move to the upside. So this will then be a 3-wave structure as follows: a W, X, and a Y. So why am I saying 3 here, 3 here, 3 here? Even internally, you've got 3-wave structures. You have got these coming down here. There was a spike here. Unfortunately, you can't see clearly, but there's a pullback here, and this makes 3 waves. Here, there's 3 waves. Here, there's 3. This one is a little bit more clearer because it pulls back, comes down. Here's another 3 waves, 3 waves, and this is another one here to the upside. So possibly a bit of a push before coming down, and that I'm just not going to put in the red degrees. It's just going to clutter the chart. So we're just going to call this one ABC, ABC, and ABC before resuming up higher, and that will be a corrective structure on Ethereum. Okay, so we're waiting for that next leg to the upside. Litecoin, exactly the same structure, replica of the Bitcoin structure. Move down here. We've got to move down here in 3 waves. Here are our 3 waves. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and it looks like we have started to move to the upside, and we're going to be looking for this one to give us a structure like this. We're going to get only to this level and push to the upside. Let's see. Currently, we've got confirmation that this is going to come and retest this low here. That is Litecoin. And Ripple. Ripple looks like it's going to drop as well from current levels. We're looking at this structure on Ripple to have completed and looking for this one to continue to the downside. So far, that continuation may still come. We're still looking for this one to continue to the downside. We're looking for that confirmation for downside. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin Cash as well. This is now versus Bitcoin. So what this is showing us, as I've shown a couple of weeks back, is the ratio between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So what this means is that to look for the better investment option, to decide on a better investment option, you have to look at this. This ratio coming down means Bitcoin Cash is being outperformed by Bitcoin. So that means if you wanted to buy or to invest between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, and looking at this, you'd rather put in your money on Bitcoin because it is performing better than Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so Bitcoin is performing better than Bitcoin Cash, as you can see here. But like I said previously, it does not mean Bitcoin Cash is dropping. If you look at Bitcoin Cash against US dollar, it has got exactly the same structure as Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin rallies, it also rallies. They're correlated. That just assists you in choosing the best one. I mean, we know that most of these cryptocurrencies are correlated, they move together, but which one will give you the most return? Not all of them will give you the same return. Some will perform better than the others, even if they're going in the same direction. So exactly the same structure as Bitcoin. We're looking for this one to come down here. It's a possibility that we come down here on Bitcoin Cash versus US dollar. So here's a setup for downside here. Structurally, we could be getting something like this. Let's see what we're going to get there. Right, so that is Bitcoin Cash. Satoshi Vision is exactly the same. So you can see Bitcoin has been outperforming the Satoshi Vision as well. It's coming down. The ratio is coming down. So when the ratio is coming down, it means Bitcoin is better because Bitcoin here is the quoted currency. Okay, when this starts pushing up high, that means during this period, the best investment option would have been Bitcoin itself. So as it is, it looks like we can come down here. Once we start making a move to the upside, it will not mean that the Bitcoin is getting weaker. It just means that as far as the ratio is concerned, the Satoshi Vision starts outperforming Bitcoin, but doesn't look like that is the case anytime soon. Because even if we do see this, that outperformance by Satoshi Vision to Bitcoin can only be short term, and then we still continue to the downside. That means long term, this Bitcoin itself outperforms all the other markets. Same thing with Zcash. As you can see, we're expecting downside here. A break below here, we'll see this one come down, at least back to those levels. Even this level is possible. That is Zcash versus US dollar. Right. I think that's all I want to cover. So let's have a look at Dash as well. Dash looking for this to come down. Similar structure. Are we going to get this upside here? We already have the 3 waves to the downside. Is this a pullback? Are we going to get this one and then upside? So that is Dash versus Bitcoin. What else? Binance. Let's have a look at Binance. Somebody had requested that we do ADA last week, and I did. I'll do it again this week as well. So this is Binance versus Bitcoin. This is again, this is another ratio of against Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin has been outperforming all these cryptocurrencies, and it does not look like it's done. It looks like. Okay, so let's see. Are we going to start seeing Binance outperform Bitcoin around these levels? Let's see how that plays out. That is Binance and ADA. ADA is looking downside, just like the rest of the cryptocurrencies. We're looking for this move to come down here, possible bounce here before we get another move to the downside. So we could get 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And those 5 waves are W, X, Y, X, Z because they are corrective X, Y. So after this move, we'll expect ADA to resume upside. This is ADA versus US dollar. So we'll look for one more down before we start looking for further upside on ADA. Link. Let's have a look here. Link has not really confirmed that we're going to break below this. We may still continue and take this top here, but eventually we may get this one coming down here. Okay, so let's see how that's going to play out. That's all on the cryptos this week. We'll see you again next week, Sunday. Next Sunday. Have a great week, everybody. Please don't forget to drop us a like or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Please share the videos as well. Drop us a comment. Suggest some charts that you'd like to see here. We'll do what we can. Obviously, we cannot go through all the instruments, but we'll do what we have enough time for. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.